The FSDCS12 is a fiber gel-sealed drop closure with up to 12 drop ports and 4 cable ports used to distribute fiber to subscribers. It has an internal bulkhead that holds up to 12 SCAPC adapters. There are 3 splice trays that can hold 48 single fusion splicers for a total of 144. The closure can be used as a fiber pass-through or for distributed split applications. Each tray can hold a PLC splitter using a splitter holder module. The internal fiber basket can store 144 loose buffer tube fiber cable. The closure has a split 2-piece cover that exposes only the drop section to allow a technician to plug in drops while protecting the splicing areas. Several accessories come with the FSDC12, including transportation tubing, spiral tubing, cable sealing spacers, hose clamps, splice protection sleeves, closure mounting bolts, splitter holders, wire ties, electrical tape. Recommended tools include Phillips and flathead screwdrivers, large and small, measuring tape, cable marking tool, 6mm or 1/4 inch nut driver, knife and/or snips, buffer tube stripper tool, fiber optic stripper tool, fiber splicing tools and equipment, safety glasses and work gloves, calipers or tape to measure cable diameter. Open the latches on the side by inserting a flathead screwdriver into the notch in each latch. To remove the tray and basket subassembly, loosen the 3 captive screws and lift the subassembly from the case. The bottom of the subassembly features cable ports suitable for cables 6 to 18 millimeters in diameter and a large fiber basket suitable for storing up to 144 loose buffer tube cable. The top of the subassembly has 3 splice trays and a bulkhead which can hold up to 12 adapters with a slot for a 13th adapter. There are slots for 12 drop cables in the gel block. Cable is prepared according to company procedures. It is recommended to unsheath 7 to 8 feet for express cables and 3 to 4 feet for cable tails. A maximum of 8 feet of 12 buffer tubes can be stored in the FSDCS12. For armored cable, 1/2 inch of armor must be exposed for proper bonding. To maintain the integrity of the armor, it is necessary to make 2 ring cuts where the buffer tubes will be exposed. 1 cut deep enough to score the armor, another 1/2 inch further just deep enough to score the sheathing. The rip cords are then pulled to the first cut. Make a short cut in the sheathing to expose 1/2 inch of armor. The gel block on the front of the subassembly can be opened by unlatching the hooks and lifting it up. Note that the gel may stick together and will open as pulled apart. Remove the tape covering the gel before installing the cable. The FSDCS12 utilizes cable spacers to maintain the shape of the gel with cable in a port. When a port is not populated with cable, a spacer is not necessary. Select the proper size spacer for the cable diameter being installed, 6 to 13 millimeter, 13 to 16 millimeter, or 16 to 18 millimeter. The cable attachment and strength member clamps are built into the unit. Remove the cable clamp and loosen the strength member clamp. Slit the selected cable spacers and install onto the cable. Slide the strength member clamp in place under the strength member clamp and position the cable. Cut off excess strength member. Insert the cable spacers into the slots on the cable entry block. Add a hose clamp to secure the cable and tighten with a 6mm or 1/4 inch nut driver. Close the gel block by rotating down and putting pressure on both sides until it locks in place. Separate fiber tube or tubes that are to be spliced. Coil and store expressed buffer tubes in the fiber basket. Using cable management tabs and channels, route fibers to be spliced into the splicing area. After opening the buffer tube, store bare fiber in the splice tray. Some SKUs come with pigtails. Splice pigtails to the incoming fiber per company splicing practices. Insert the completed splices into the splice slots in the tray. Store the pigtail slack under the trays and plug pigtails into the bulkhead adapters. Some SKUs come with a splitter pre-installed in the tray. To install a loose splitter, a splitter holder can be added to a splice tray in the opening beside the splice module in the tray. The splitter tails are stored similar to the pigtails. After fiber splicing and storage have been completed, the cable assembly can be reinstalled into the housing. Insert the subassembly with the adapter side up, then tighten the 3 screws. Make sure the plugs are in place on the drop portion of the unit. Seal the housing by closing the cover, securing the latches with a flathead screwdriver. The FSDCS12 is an IP68 rated unit that can be deployed below grade, in a handhole or vault, as well as an aerial strand, pole, wall, or pedestal. Charles offers an aerial mounting kit which contains 2 aerial strand brackets. The brackets are installed to the back of the housing with included bolts. The brackets have clamps which attach to the aerial strand. Charles offers pedestals with universal terminal mounting backboards that are compatible with FSDCS12 closures. The terminal backboards are available in Charles B04 and B06 series pedestals. Attach the pedestal to the backboard with 2 mounting bolts. Unlatch the bottom portion of the 2-piece cover that exposes the adapter bulkhead while protecting the splicing areas. The cover can be secured in the open position by hooking the cover into the slot on the closed portion. Remove the drop port plug from the ports to be used. The plugs are in groups of 6. Cut off the plugs for the ports that are to be used and replace plugs into unused ports. Remove dust caps from the adapters to be used. Insert the drop cable into the gel in the port entry. Drop cables from 3 to 7mm round, as well as 8x4 and 5x3 flat, can be used. Tie down each drop cable to the metal tie-off points to provide cable retention. The slack drop fiber should be looped and stored in the basket under the drop cable connectors. Close the unit by using a flathead screwdriver. The FSDCS12 has an integrated ground stud on the front of the case. A barn strap or a ground cable with a crimped terminal lug can be attached to this stud. Some Charles SKUs come with a terminal lug that accommodates a number 6 gauge solid or stranded ground wire. Some closure SKUs are not fully populated with adapters. These units can be upgraded in the field with an adapter pigtail kit, which comes with 2 SC-APC adapters and 2 900 micron pigtails. Remove the adapters from the bag and install them into open positions in the adapter bulkhead. This concludes the installation video for the FSDCS12 closure. For additional information or support, please contact Amphenol Charles Industries at 847-806-8500 or by email at techserve@charlesindustries.com. That's TECHSERV@charlesindustries.com.